Her weight never changed, not even fluctuating 1/10 of an ounce. But here was the good news. Other than the zero-sum weight gain, she was thriving. She was as tiny, cute, and chubby as the day she was born. It was as if she were frozen in time. It defied everything I knew about newborns, and being a midwife and a nurse practitioner, I knew in abundance. This was impossible, but then again, if I'd learned anything recently, it was that the impossible was possible. Fae were real, so were demons, and they were fighting over who would control the earth. Oh, and I was a witch. A new witch, but a witch all the same. "What do you know about half-human, half-demon babies?" I asked Wren. "Nothing," Wren answered. Because of the paintbrush in her hand, she used her wrist to push back a stray lock of her silky black hair that had fallen from the ponytail on the top of her head. Her multiple silver bracelets that were jeweled with healing and protection stones clanked together with the movement. "Only the original fallen archangels possess the ability to have children with humans, and I haven't heard of them doing this since before the days of the great biblical flood. There is no one alive or dead we'd want to chat with to swap parenting advice, at least not without getting our heads chopped off." Awesome. I dressed the baby back into her diaper, onesie, and long-sleeved sleeper. A newsbreak on the radio reported how police were now responding to mobs attacking witches, and how the government had called for peace. The House was debating genetic testing legislation to determine who was fae or witch, and the newsbreak ended with a missing persons report of a 40-year-old mom of 3, who was well loved in her community. "I know that woman," Wren said. "She's a witch. Do you think she was abducted by a mob?" "Could be, but I think it's something deeper than that." My forehead furrowed. "Deeper?" "Witches have been disappearing for about a year. 3/4 of the adults on the FBI's missing person list are witches." The demon queen glanced thoughtfully between me and Wren as if she understood our conversation and was interested. "Who would abduct witches and why? It has to be either demons or fae, as they're the only ones who, until a few weeks ago, knew witches existed. It could be another witch, but I don't believe that for a second. As for the why, demons hate us for helping fae, and fae have always been angry that we have a choice as to whether we want to heal them or not. And when we pull back on a healing, they become irate. We can pour so much into a healing that we could die. Some fae don't care that healing them can hurt us. Plus, some are very jealous we possess a power they don't. Jealousy and anger are powerful motivators. Orion healed me when I took his blood. Fae blood can heal a human. It doesn't do squat for another fae. Personally, I think demons are behind the kidnappings. Witches are instrumental to the fae's war against the demons, as we can heal fae from poisoned blades and speed up the healing process for other wounds. Fae kidnapping us is counterintuitive. For demons, taking witches would be a smart battle strategy. If we don't heal the fae, more of them will die, and that will lower the ranks of the fae warriors. Then the war is easier to win. My brain overloaded, and I needed some fresh air. I grabbed the bottle that had been cooling on the table, carried the baby onto the porch, and sat in the very chair my grandmother used to rock me in. The baby greedily sucked down her formula, and as she normally did this time of the evening, her eyelids fought and fluttered as she refused to succumb to sleep until she had drunk every last drop. I looked out at the fading evening sun that was dipping behind the mountains. The sky was purple, and the spring evening air crisp. The baby in my arms was warm and cuddly, and each time I held her, she stole another piece of my heart. I snuggled her close, breathed in her sweet scent, and lightly kissed her head. A burst of happiness flashed out of her, and while I smiled with her joy, my heart was troubled. "I enjoy being with you too, but it would be nice to know what it is you need me to do for you." I felt her satisfaction with her full belly, the warm blanket, the cuddles, and the kisses. "Yes, I'm going to continue to care for you, but I'm talking bigger picture. For weeks leading up to the demon battle and her birth, this baby had haunted me in dreams, begging for my help. I turned away from the peace of heaven, the portal, as the Fae called it, in order to find her. At the time, I thought it was the Fae Queen calling to me, but now I realized it had always been this baby, the Demon Queen. What did that say about me that the Queen of the Damned had specifically sought out my help? Did it mean there was something deep inside me that was evil? "Why did you ask for my help?"